push on the bump for 80.
Coverage of the BHRC is brought to you by our TV partners.
Hello and welcome to Special Stage. We're here in Bilf Wells for round 4 of the Mintex British Historic Rally Championship. So we've got Paul Barrett heading into today in the lead, but with today being Jason's home event, anything could happen. Last time out the guys were battling with the ice, today they'll be battling with the dust. So before we head to the stages, let's take a look at who's entering the event today.
So Jason Pritchard leads the way on his home event. Nick Elliott brings out his old car after his crash on the last round puts his current car out of action, and championship leader Paul Barrett follows Joe Price into the stages at the top of the entry.
So Jason, not the best end to the last time out. Are you feeling a bit more confident today?
Yeah, we shouldn't have any ice on the stage today, so I think dust will just be the issue, but no, it's just approach it as any other event, and hopefully we go a bit further than last time and get some points on our championship back on track.
So Nick, out in a different car today, obviously because of what happened last time out. How are you feeling ahead of today?
Feeling okay, yeah, back in Old Faithful, so it's just a case of be out here, try and get some points on the board. We're not going to be quite as competitive in this old girl. She's a bit like me, getting a bit old and tired. But yeah, wanting to get back out, and try and get another rally under my belt after the disappointment of last time. And yet again with me, it's just all bad luck this year. So we'd like to try and get a nice finish, get some points today, and try and get something positive about the year.
So Joe, great result for you last time out. How are you feeling ahead of today?
Yeah, we're quite confident. Weather's nice and dry, which probably suits us a bit better than the wet, really. And I know the stage is reasonably well, so we're looking forward to it. Yeah.
Paul, you're doing really well in terms of championship points this year. Do you think today you can bump yourself up the list a little bit?
Well, that's what I'm here to try and do, but it'll be hard. The stages are fast and committed. And I'm looking forward to getting a good run, and try my hardest anyway, see how we get on.
Yeah.
On to the morning stages, and it will be the lead for Joe Price and Chris Brooks. A good start for the pair to open up an 11-second advantage. Not a big one, but enough to give them some confidence going into the next stage.
Looking a bit dusty in here.
Yeah, hot and dusty.
How are the stages?
Very loose and very dusty. But we've had a clean run, which is the main thing. So we've got through without any problems, and yeah, we're set up nicely now for the rest of the day.
Paul Barrett and Di Roberts settle in well. Second place for now, with the fastest time overall on the last stage in the loop. Tyres would be the issue in this heat, but for now things were holding up well as they lead the D3 class.
All right, yeah, 4 left, 5 right in, okay, 5. Good man. 40, 4 left plus cut, late. 60, 3 left plus long, in. 3 left plus long, in. 80, to 2 right plus half long, in. 100 line. 3 left plus cut and 4 right in. And 4 right in, 40, all in one, square left. Hairpin right, tightens over the junction. And 6 left plus in. 40. 2 left plus long in, and 1 right plus hook.
So you're limbered up and ready to go after those few stages?
Aye, getting settled in. Good. Waited on the right while I got my quickest timer in that last stage overall, so I'm happy with that there. But no, stages are good. I don't know about Radnor. I think it might have been Radnor in 06, but still brilliant stages. So I'm going to just try and maybe get in and push as hard as I can here now the rest of the day.
Yeah. How's the car?
Car's good. The tyres just gone off, but it's just with the sheer heat. Yeah. But no, it's sort of a lottery, a wee bit of tyres and that there, but we'll just keep going where we're going, you know what I mean? The tyres are going off, but it's still good, good, enjoyable.
Nick Elliott and Dave Price take a little to settle in with the old car, not wanting to push too hard this weekend. A finish was needed for both the championship points and the wallet. They couldn't afford another crash this weekend.
How are you feeling today? Happy? 2 stages down?
Yeah, we're happy. We've done 3 stages. We're still here. We're going to get hopefully a result. That's the aim. Been steady, but yeah, need the finish, need some points, and I can't afford to bend another car. So we're happy. Yeah, just keep it on the road and let's get to the finish.
How does the car feel?
A little bit different. Jumping in and out of any car is always going to be a bit different. So the first stage took a little bit getting used to, just to, just get into the groove. Second stage was a lot better, and third we had a little bit of dust problems like everybody else is, so up and down. But yeah, at the end of the day, we're happy to be in service, going out to Radnor, which is a great stage, and then back in for another cup of tea.
Sadly, things were not going to plan for Jason Pritchard and Phil Clark. They lead the way in the class, but from 4th in the category. Running towards the front of the entry was causing them a few problems with the loose gravel not being fully swept just yet.
So Jason, your local stages, how are they feeling today?
Not very good, to be honest. Because we're running quite high up on the road, it's very marbly, and I was just trying to keep it neat and tidy and up the gears, but we're losing a bit of time with that, and especially the dust of the cars in front. So yeah, it is what it is, and we just keep plodding along and see where we are at the end of the day.
Sadly, we lose Matthew Robinson and Sam Collis early in the event. They get caught out in the dust and go off the road in stage 2. Rudy Lancaster and George Gwynn make a good start to the event. Things finally coming together with the new car now and running as it should. They end the morning with 5th in the category and 3rd in their class.
So how's today going?
Yeah, really good. Nice stages, good surface, you know.
How's the car feeling?
Yeah, really good. Yeah, really nice. Yeah, it's all sort of. It's taken a bit of a year really to get it all together, but it's you know, drives nice now. You know, where we had earlier all of last year sort of like an over fueling issue where it was sort of really difficult to drive. Now it's just joy.
Unlike Lancaster, Steve Bennett and Ian Tully were having problems with the car. The brake bias not set up right and the car not wanting to turn into the corners okay. A puncture in the second stage would also hamper their progress. 6th place for now. Ben Friend and Cliffy Simmons make a good start with 8th overall, 2nd in the D3 class too. The dust causing a few problems as it was for everyone, but they were happy with the times so far. Terry Brown and Den Golding, like many others, were having to take things a lot different than they were used to in the dust, stopping on a number of occasions in the stage to wait for the dust to clear. For now, they lie in 8th. Tyres would be the issue for James Potter and Bob Dirk, part of the Holton Homes Clubman's Challenge, and therefore only allowed to use 6 tyres per event. They make it through the first loop okay though, to lie in 9th for now. And rounding out the top 10 was Sean Rayner and Declan Deere. No problems out on the stages and everything going well so far as they lie 3rd in the D3 class. Chris Gill and Tom Jordan would have some new brakes on the car this weekend that unfortunately were causing the back end to lock up into the corners. Despite this, they end the morning with the D1 class lead and 11th in the category. A new car this weekend for Barry Jordan and James Grattan-Smith. They would need to get used to the handling. The back end already showing some signs of over-enthusiastic driving. They lead the way in the D4 class now.
Right 3 half long, don't cut. Right 3 half long, don't cut. 100 left 4, right 5. Careful. Come back now, I don't know. 9. And hairpin right. Going left 9 and hairpin right. Go on, she's in. And left 8. 40. To left 3 long to right 2. 80 down to right 7, right 2, 80 to right 7 long here.
How have things been going so far then?
Not too bad, we're just getting used to the car, getting used to the back end, stepping out like a mad snake, but we're having fun. So
Do you think you'll get used to that today, or is it going to take a couple of events, do you think?
hopefully we'll get used to it. I've been told off, so I've got to just behave in her.
Second in that class, a little way back on the overall results, were David Kingston and Andy Russell. A little happier with the car now, starting to push for some better times. They lie in 20th overall. Tom Coftree and Michael Gilby have no problems on their second event together, enjoying the stages and lying second in the F2 class at this stage. Sadly, we would lose Gary Cooper and John Riley in this morning's stages when the steering arm breaks and causes them to pull over. So at the end of the morning stages in the RSR Historic Engineering Category 3, the top of the results look like this. Adam Milner and Roy Jarvis make a great start in Category 2, leading the way by 19 seconds, an achievement in itself, but the times were also good enough to put them in 4th place overall on the event amongst the front-running crews.
So how are things going today?
Brilliant, yeah, can't believe how high up we are. I looked at the results when we got in and I looked at around 10th and then I couldn't see us, kept looking down and then thought, oh no, we're not there, and then we were 4th, so...
Why are you so surprised?
Well, we've never been that high before.
Simon Tyso and Paul Morris would be the closest contenders to Milner at this stage, second in the category and leading the class. The dust would be the key issue here, as it was throughout the entry.
How are things going today then?
Yeah, it's going all good, thanks. Yeah.
Enjoying the stages?
Yeah, they're a little bit rough, plenty of dust about, which is another thing to compete with, but apart from that, it's all good, yeah.
Coverage of the BHRC is brought to you by our TV partners. Coverage of the BHRC is brought to you by our TV partners. Sadly for Stanley Orr and Guy Weaver, things were not off to the best of starts. A puncture in stage 1 would see them drop time right from the start, but a good run through the next couple of stages would help them keep hold of 3rd place and leading the C3 class.
Four left in over crest, into tight 3 right over dip, 40. Push 5 right, 100. 6 right over loose, turn square right. 40, turn square right. 1 right. Into loose 3 left, long. Okay, tightens into open hairpin left plus. Open hairpin left plus here. 60, very deceptive. Hairpin right, very deceptive hairpin right, tightens. 40. 2 left. Paul, 1 right care, tightens, camber.
Yeah, not bad.
So how are things going today, Stanley?
Didn't get off to a great start. We punctured very early on the first stage, maybe half a mile into it. So that put us out of the running for that one, and we've been all right the last 2 stages, but obviously the time loss for that one's going to keep us out of it, you know. But, yeah.
Second in the class behind Orr were Pete Smith and Alan Walker. No problems to report on the stages and enjoying themselves. They would have 10 seconds to catch or ahead for the class lead.
Yeah, it's fine, thank you. Yeah, no problems. Nice and dusty, nice and warm, but good.
Well, enjoy.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Warren Philliskirk and Nigel Hutchinson didn't feel too happy with the start this morning. A little too steady, but with 5th place in the category and 2nd in the class, it must be working a little better than they thought.
So you're a few stages in, how are things going?
We've had a very steady start today, unfortunately. Stages are good. Everything's been going all right, but our just times aren't there. So we're going to have to get our act together this afternoon and try and go a bit faster.
As is Tejpar and Yestin Williams were struggling with tyres, but apart from that, things were going to plan. Dust would be their only other complaint out on the stages, 6th in the category for now.
How are things going today, as is?
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah?
The car's great, the tyres are really bad, and the driver's very slow.
Unfortunately, we would lose Phil Jobson and Arwell Jenkins early in the event, gearbox problems putting them out on stage 3 after lying 2nd in their class. Everything was running fine this time out for Mark Tugwell and Steve Pugh. None of the disappointment of the previous round. They reached the end of the morning loop with 7th in the category and 4th in the class. Sadly for Jeremy Easton and Mike Reynolds, they would catch a competitor with problems in the morning stages, which meant catching their dust. They reached the end of this loop with 8th in the category. With the misfire from the previous round cured, Stuart and Linda Carris enjoy a good run to the end of the morning with 2nd in their class, inside the top 10 in 9th place.
How are things going for you two today then?
Yeah, we're fine, thanks. Yeah, we've fingers crossed, I'm touching wood. We've cured our misfire because it car ran perfect this morning, so hopefully we've just changed everything to do with the ignition because we couldn't find out what was wrong with it on the Pirelli, so hopefully job sorted.
Yeah, just fix.
Sadly for Elliot Retallick and Tim Tugwell, things were not going so well. They go off on stage 1 and stall in the following stage, problems all adding up to a disappointing start to round out the top 10 in the category. So Adam Milner puts his name at the top of the Capital Construction Category 2 results after 3 stages, with previous winner Stanley Orr suffering a little down the leaderboard. After a category win last time out, Bob Bean and Captain Thompson take the early lead here in Wales. Happy with the pace and the stages, they have a good 27 seconds advantage.
Having a good day, Bob?
Brilliant, yes.
Good. You enjoying these stages?
Yeah, they're really good, yes.
And how's the car? Is it
Going very, very well.
Is it really
yes, yes.
Terry Cree and Richard Shawes lead the way in the B2 class and lined second place, bringing out the Mini this weekend. They were enjoying the stages but were suffering with the tyre wear.
Your Mini's looking lovely today. How's it running?
It's all right, it's going fine, yeah. We're having a good day, we're enjoying it.
Good. Is the dust affecting you?
A little bit, we get stuck with it, but we've just checked the tyres after the last 3 stages and there was nothing left, they were down to the wires, so I thought it wasn't turning into the corners very well. But we've got some more new ones now, so we're ready to go.
Good.
So it's good, we're having a good go.
Great stuff.
Bob and Dale Gibbons sadly had a few more problems. Gearbox issues will be preventing a big push, nursing the car through the stages a little in the hope it would finish the event. Third place for now.
Hello.
Having a few issues today?
Yes, indeed. We got gearbox problems, so we just nursed it through the second and third stage, and we just got a stick-in starter motor, which we think we can manage with that, but the gearbox isn't going to last, so it's not good news, really. Like, other than that, first stage was okay, but the gearbox was making noises in the first stage, so I backed off because I thought it was going to destroy itself, but I don't think it'll last. So.
Phil Harris and Alan Cook find a little more pace since the last round. They end this morning with 4th in the category and 2nd in the class, not bothered by the dust this weekend.
How are things going for you today then?
Yeah, going well, yeah. I think we've picked up a bit of pace from Pirelli, so got a bit more confidence in these tyres, so yeah, I think we're going well.
How's the Mini running in the dust?
Well, it's not as dusty as it was last year, so it's not as bad as it was, so yeah, it's okay.
And for Ron Hall and Phil Spilstead, it will be 2nd in the B4 class, rounding out the category runners at this stage with 5th place. So as the morning stages draw to a close, the Vintage Car Radiator Company Category 1 results look like this. On to the next stage and a big shake-up in the results and the championship as we lose Jason Pritchard and Phil Clark when they go off the road in stage 4 and are unable to continue. The car's seen here from on board with Nick Elliott in the following car. That didn't change the top of the results though, as Joe Price and Chris Brooks continued to lead the way there with a good run through the Radler stage.
So your local stages, I hear you're doing quite well. How's it going?
Yeah, we're having a nice day. Yeah, it's all going to plan, which is the main thing. So we just got to get through now the last 3 and hope nothing goes wrong and stay calm.
What was the plan, just out of curiosity?
Well, the plan was to get a good start and not make any mistakes in the morning, and that's gone exactly how we wanted it to. So yeah, it's hopefully we'll have a nice few stages now and get to the end.
Are you going to just try and get to the end, or are you going to try and push a little bit?
The trouble is, I don't want to back off too much because then you lose concentration. So you've got to try and find a pace where, you can know you're not going to go off, but maintain your speed as well. So
do you ever know that you're not going to go off?
No. Good question, actually. No.
For Nick Elliott and Dave Price, seeing Pritchard off just confirmed the need to get to the finish. The points would be important wherever they finished, but second place for the pair was looking good, although the times were close behind.
And right 6 long, 130 up mid. Right 6 long, 130 up mid. And camber left 4, 80. Camber left 4, 80. And right 6 tightens into right 4 plus. Tightens into right 4 plus. And 130. And left 5 long. Left 5 long, 40. And left 6 plus 150. Left 6 plus 150. And right 6 plus continues for 200. Right 6 plus continues 200. Keeps going, and then 130 straight. Keeps going right 6 and 130 straight.
and right 6, 60, and left 5, right 5, left 5, right 5, into right, left 4, turn hairpin right, left 4 through posts, into right 5, 130, and right 6 long,
So stage 4 went well, Radnor. Unfortunately, Jason's rolled right at the end in there, so that's another championship contender with a non-score. So even more important now to get to the finish, and get a top 3 would be a great result for the day. I would have taken that at the start of the day, no problem. So yeah, all cars going well, and just want to see that finish flag now. Just it's strange, we're not quite finished. Got 3 to do, which is still a good chunk of mileage, and you feel like you're almost done. But yeah, back out for another 3, and let's get back here for a cup of tea and the finish awards.
Yes. Sadly, Paul Barrett and Di Roberts didn't feel things went too well in Radnor. They do drop out of 2nd place and into 3rd, but things were still close, with just a single second between them and Elliott ahead.
So how was Radnor for you? People saying that they're loving that stage.
Not for me this time. My mother-in-law could have drove harder through it. Oh, no. Yeah, but Nick took a good bit of time out of there, so that's me down 1 second behind him now going now. So it's all to play for now. It's maximum attack.
Yeah. Do you think you can make up a bit of time in these last few?
Well, I didn't the first time over it, the first loop, but I don't know. I'm going to try, give it a push now and see how we get on now. So
We'll keep my fingers crossed.
That's all I.
No problems for Rudy Lancaster and George Gwynn, still going well in the stages to lie in 4th place in the category and 3rd in the class.
Are you still enjoying yourself?
Yeah, having a great time.
Yeah. How was Radnor? People saying it was pretty good out there?
Yeah, lovely condition, really fast and flowing, not too much dust. Yeah, classic Welsh stage, really.
Any
Steve Bennett and Ian Tully managed to keep themselves at the top of the results. The rear brakes not working now, though, and meaning a little change in the driving style through this stage.
So how was Radnor for you?
Oh, very good. Enjoyed it. We're still struggling with the brakes. We haven't got any back brakes, but yeah, we drove around it, enjoyed the stages. That's all we can do at the moment today. So get it to the end now. Make sure we get to the end.
Ben Friend and Cliffy Simmons enjoy the run through Radnor. The car a little underpowered for the long straights though, but they managed to keep hold of 2nd in the class and 6th in the category. Sean Rayner and Declan Deer have a bit of a moment towards the end of the stage where Pritchard had gone off, but they get away with it to end this loop with 7th and 3rd in the class behind Friend. James Potter and Bob Duck have a good run through the stage, having to run a harder tyre on the front in order to preserve them for the next loop, but nothing that was causing a problem for the pair. Coverage of the BHRC is brought to you by our TV partners. Phil and Mick Squires enjoy a good run through the stage, and in this loop with 9th, happy with the way things were going so far and looking forward to the final 3.
You still having a good time?
Oh yes. Well, it's 32 years we've been coming here and having a good time. We're just hoping that nothing's going to happen with all this lot, We were 20 when we first came down here. And it was, it was like the best thing that you'd ever done. And then we're just hopeful that all this is going to get saved and like other 20-year-old people can come down here and do what we've been doing for 30 odd years.
Do you think that having 30 years experience doing these stages helps you?
I think I've been going backwards in the last 10. But we have had us good times, but now it's there's a lot of fun, a lot of pleasure in it. So yeah, that's it. It's all about being here and taking part and enjoying it.
Sadly, there's time lost for Terry Brown and Den Golding when the intercom breaks in this stage. Resorting to hand signals, they do get through the stage and just hold on to 10th place for now. Just outside top 10, it will be 11th for Chris Skill and Tom Jordan, finding the challenge in this stage to be different than the rest, leading the D1 class now.
How was Radnor for you then?
Tough, yeah, it was a different character the first 3 stages. Hairpins were a lot tighter. But yeah, it was good, fast.
Kept you on your toes at least?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm looking forward to doing the next 3. Quite like these 3, and had a couple of stalls in that stage, so I lost a bit of time. Try and make it back in the next 3. So.
A small spin for Barry Jordan and James Grattan-Smith would be all they had to report. They lead the way in the D4 class going into the afternoon stages. For Tom Coftree and Michael Gilby, the loss of Pritchard meant the lead in the F2 class now, a surprising but welcome change to the results going into the final stage of the event. David Kynaston and Andy Russell have a few problems, worn tyres and catching the dust of a car ahead. They do manage to hold on to second in the class and 18th overall.
How are your tyres doing then? Everybody else seems to be struggling in that last stage.
Yeah, we shredded what was left of them in the last one. And we caught a car which was stuck in gear, but we didn't catch it. We got caught its dust and we just couldn't move any further forward. So I'm afraid we lost a little bit of time, but that's the way it goes, isn't it?
Sadly, we would lose Lawrence Tyso and Craig Dolman. They retire with rear axle problems. So with one more stage complete, the results in the RSR Historic Engineering Category 3 look like this. Sadly for Adam Milner and Roy Jarvis, they would lose a little time, but it only affected their overall times. The category and class position were safe, leading still at this stage.
How are you doing now then? Still doing well or?
Not as well, no.
Oh, why not?
We had trouble on the last stage. Stanley had a puncher in front of us, so we caught him up and had all the dust from him. And I couldn't even see as far as windscreen. It was that dusty.
Do you manage to have a look at where you're lying at the moment then?
Yeah, we're 5th now. So
Still not bad.
dropped 40 seconds. I don't think we'll be able to catch 4th up now. Too much of a gap. So just have to go as fast as we can.
Simon Tyso and Paul Morris would suffer a similar fate to Milner, catching the dust of a car in this stage and meaning no change on that second place going into the afternoon.
How are things going then?
Oh, well, we had a few problems on the last stage. Terry had lost his intercom, so we sat in his dust for most of it, so it's cost us a bit of time, but the harder you push, the more problems we seem to have. So anyway, we'll see what this afternoon brings.
As we heard Adam Milner mention, it would be bad luck in this stage once again for Stanley Orr and Guy Weaver. The second puncture of the event for the pair towards the end of the stage, losing the pair some time, but they managed to keep hold of third place still at this stage.
We have. Yeah, 100 down. No. She's 6 right tightens into 4 right. You've only got a page of notes. 4 right plus 300. Braking, small crest long and down. Unseen hairpin left plus. Unseen hairpin left plus. Christ, 2 in one day.
I think it's 2 now.
Push 130.
We've actually got 2 now, guy, I think.
4 right plus long.
Yeah.
Things going a bit better for you now?
No.
Why not?
Another puncture in the last stage.
It's not your
so
day, is
it's
it?
definitely not going to be, but sure, if we can get it all over and done with today, maybe it'll be all right. No, went, I'm not sure how far, maybe 4 to 5 miles in the last stage. Whether the same wheel on the same side, so there you are. That's it. Try and get through the rest of the day now and see how it goes.
Warren Philliskirk and Nigel Hutchinson have a much better run in this stage. They lie in 4th place still and 2nd in the class. Harder tyres on the car were helping preserve them through the stage.
Things still going quite well for you then?
Going a lot better. Radnor was a really good stage. Best stage of the day. We really enjoyed it.
And I hear the dust is dying down a little bit.
Yes, we didn't have any dust problems. We had some harder tyres on, so the tyre wear was minimal. And yeah, really enjoyed it.
Pete Smith and Alan Walker would be another to catch the dust of a struggling car ahead. But apart from that, all was going okay to end this loop with 2nd in the class.
How was that stage for you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Yeah, it was a good stage. We just got caught in somebody else's dust, so we just got held up a little bit.
Yeah, you're not the first one.
No, I'm sure it's just, I think, just to look at the draw where you are and who's in front of you and whatever. But no, okay, good.
There would be nothing to report for Mark Tugwell and Steve Pugh, which of course was a good thing. They end the stage with 6th place in the category. A few problems for Aziz Tejpal and Yestin Williams in this stage would cause them to drop down the times a little. Nothing major, but they would need to tidy things up for the rest of the day's stages. Jeremy Easton and Mike Reynolds would be one of the crews not bothered by a few rough sections in the stage, the Datsun handling them well. They end this loop in 8th place for now.
Now, a few people getting caught out by a rough section in Radnor. Did you get caught?
It was rough, but the Datsun can handle that because it's one of its plus points. Yeah. We've got bigger wheels on it, and it rides the bumps very well. So yes, it was rough, but not a problem for us.
A couple of half spins would be a reminder to concentrate for Stuart and Linda Carris, but they have a good run otherwise and end the stage with 2nd in the class. And for Elliot Ritalik and Tim Tugwell, it would still be 3rd in that class. Sadly, they would retire in service with clutch problems. So with Radnor complete, it's problems all round, but that does keep the results in Capital Construction Category 2 similar to before. No change in this stage for Bob Bean and Captain Thompson. They continue to lead the way in the class and category in that Cortina.
Not going well or going well?
Yes, yeah, it's superb, yeah. Yeah, the car's going well. He's doing a good job. So.
And leading the category, I hear.
Oh, yes. So, hopefully we'll get around these 3, we might just do it.
Good, and we'll see.
A couple of spins in this stage would keep Terry Cree and Richard Shaw's on their toes. The tyres were wearing again, but a new set for the final stages would cure that.
So we've had a few tyre issues, a few punctures. How has the Mini been going?
All right, not bad, a bit rough in that last one. Yeah, we had a couple of big spins in there. We thought it was going to go over at one point, but we managed to gather it up. But more new tyres on again, so we'll just keep going.
Ron Hall and Phil Spilstead move up the order a little now to line 3rd place of the category, keeping hold of that 2nd in the class. Phil Harris and Alan Cook have an enjoyable run through this stage. They do have to take avoiding action on one section due to a big rock being pulled out from previous cars, but apart from that, all was well, and it was certainly interesting to see that the Category 1 cars running at the back of the field on this occasion seem to be suffering less than the bigger cars at the front.
4 right opens, into 6 right long. 200 at mid.
So how are the tyres on this Mini holding up? A few people having some issues in Radnor.
No, they're good, they're fine, they're all absolutely okay, no problem, no punctures, no nothing, so yeah, really good.
Was it quite a rough stage or was it all right for you?
It was rough in places, yeah, you could see where some of the regrading was just starting to chew back up again, some big stones. There was one corner where there was a particularly big rock right on the line and we had to take avoiding action for that or we'd have lost the front wheel. But yeah, rough in places, but good in others.
Sadly for Bob and Dale Gibbons, a puncture in this stage would lose them some time and drop them down the results. But at least they were still going at this stage.
Bob, what's going on?
What's going on? We had a puncture in Radnor, and we dropped about 5 minutes there, which has obviously taken us out of contention. Now the gearbox is holding out, but we had the puncture, so it's not so good. So we're going to try and get it through to the end to try and get a class win if we can. So yeah, we just want to finish now. So.
And it's no change at the top of the Vintage Car Radiator Company Category 1 results, but there are changes to the positions outside of that fight for the lead. Coverage of the BHRC is brought to you by our TV partners. On to the final stages, and it's bittersweet for Bob and Dale Gibbons. They finish rounding out the category, but they do take the maximum points in the class this weekend. Phil Harris and Alan Cook keep the Mini out of trouble in the afternoon stages to end the event where they had been for a while, 4th place in the category and 2nd in the class. For Ron Hall and Phil Spilstead, it would be 2nd place in the B4 class, putting themselves on the overall podium for the Category 2. A successful outing for the Mini for Terry Cree and Richard Shaw sees them taking 2nd place finish and a class win in the process. But there would be no change at the top, with the win in the category going to Bob Bean and Captain Thompson once again. Second in a row, and now some good points for the championship. So before we chat to the winners in the Vintage Car Radiator Company Category 1, here's a reminder of the final results.
Bob, another category win in the bag. Congratulations. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling fantastic.
So good you can't get your words out.
That's true. Yeah.
How's today been?
It's been very good. Yeah, the car's run very well. Colin's done a good job on the notes. Yeah. And I felt really on form today.
Good. Well, obviously you can see it paid off.
Yeah.
Did you think from sort of the first stage, this is, I'm feeling good today, this could mean that I could get another category win, or did it kind of take you a while to settle back in?
Well, no. I mean, we set out to try and win the category, obviously. And when we had a good run through the first stage and took about 7 seconds off the opposition, I thought, this is it, we've got to go for it now. Yeah. And well, here we are.
In Category 2, it would be Stuart and Linda Carris that come away from this round with the win in the C1 class. A good result for the pair, happy the misfire on the car had been cured. It wasn't the result this weekend that Jeremy Easton and Mike Reynolds would have wanted, just being the main thing standing in the way of that. But they get a finish and end the event with 7th in the category. Mark Tugwell and Steve Pugh would be another happy crew this time round for no mechanical problems. They get to the end of the event with 6th place. As is Tej Power and Yeston Williams thankfully managed to claim back some time lost in the previous stage, moving back up to take 3rd in the class at the finish as well as 5th place in the category. No change in position for Pete Smith and Alan Walker. They remain 2nd in the class and bring the car home for a 4th place finish. Sadly for Adam Milner and Roy Jarvis, the lead of the category and great result overall would come to an end when the pair go off and hit a tree in the final stage. A disappointing end to what would have been the drive of the season so far for the pair. So that left changes at the top, with Warren Philliskirk and Nigel Hutchinson moving up now to take 3rd. Not the best of starts to the day by their own admission, but things turning out well in the end. Stanley Orr and Guy Weaver certainly wouldn't have been expecting to pick up 2nd place after the punctures throughout the day, but that's exactly how things would end. They take that place and of course the class win and collect the Spirit of the Rally Award for battling through the problems to get to the finish of the event. So that means that after being close on so many occasions, it will be the category win for Simon Tyso and Paul Morris. They've been close all day, and going into the final stage would close the gap to Milner and put the pressure on before his retirement. So before we chat to our Capital Construction Category 2 winner, here's a reminder of those final times.
Category 2 win, yours. Congratulations, well done.
Yeah, it's been a hard day in there today, but it paid off in the end. So yeah, we saw it going away from us mid rally when Terry obviously had an intercom problem, and we were catching his dust and lost quite a bit of time in stage 4. But this afternoon we went out there and it paid off, and we are where we are, to be fair. So it's been good, yeah.
On to the final stages, and for Owain Lloyd and Peter Scott, it will be 20th overall, the result getting them the award for the best improvement on seeding this weekend after starting at 110. The final stages of the event would see no change in the F2 class. Tom Croftree and Michael Gilby reached the end of the event with the win in that class, due mostly to the loss of Jason Pritchard, but still a good result for the pair.
Congratulations, a
Thank
category
you.
win here today. Did you expect that this morning?
No, I mean, obviously we're against Jason Pritchard and Matthew Robinson and so on, so no I didn't, to be honest with you. But when we got to the last service we were 19 seconds behind, 3 stages to go, so it was a bit of a tall order. So I said to myself, nobody else, I'll have a wee push on and see what we can do. So I think we nailed it by 4 seconds, which was quite good, quite pleased. It was quite rocky at the end, and
You know, it's just a question of picking your way through. Excuse me, dust. Picking your way through and not getting a puncture. That was the main thing. So no, it was good. The stages were very, very good.
David Kynaston and Andy Russell reached the end of the event a little happier with the car, getting to grips with it a little more as the season goes on. They end the event with 2nd in the class and 16th overall. Barry Jordan and James Grattan-Smith get to the finish without any further damage to the new car, getting used to it now and taking the D4 class win. And as a lover of all things historic rallying and owner of many different cars, we caught up with Barry at the finish for a chat.
So Barry, it seems like every time we see you, you've got a different historic car. This is definitely the first time you've been out in this, is it?
Yeah, I weren't sat in this until yesterday, so done well to get to the end, I think. So it's been a good learning curve and a good rally. Yeah, it's been good, it's been fun.
Good. What is it about the historic cars that you like?
I don't know, I'm just drawn to the historics. You know, we're all very lucky that, you know, years and years ago, we used to watch them going around the forest. Now, you know, we can drive them, and, you know, we're very, very lucky, and it's a privilege, isn't it?
Yeah. Not only do you drive in the championship as well, you've also got a different kind of involvement in that you're one of the sponsors. Tell me how you kind of first got involved in that. And
initially, it was because of the 1600s. We got involved with that just to sort of promote the 1600s a couple of years ago, just to encourage a few more entries, and you know, that were going well until the rules changed. But you know, everyone's still enjoying it, so you know, we're still here rallying, and it's a bonus, ain't it?
Yeah. So it's a combination of trying to promote the sport and just making sure that people have fun with it, is it, that you like to be a part of?
Yeah, you know, the fun side's the massive part for us. You know, we're not we're not serious competitors. We like to do well and we like to do things right. And if you can help the club and the championship by promoting a little bit, then that's a bonus and it's worth it.
Much the same all afternoon for Chris Skill and Tom Jordan, reaching the end of the event with the D1 class win and lying just outside the top 10 with 11th overall. Sadly, the results would take a shake-up, with rally leaders Joe Price and Chris Brooks having problems in the final stage and losing time, dropping them from the lead and into 10th overall. Phil and Mick Squires continue their good run to end the event with 9th place. Enjoying the rallying was what it was all about for the pair, and they were certainly doing that this weekend. With the new intercom in the car, Terry Brown and Dane Golding were able to go out and get some good times on the leaderboard to end the event with 8th place overall and 5th in the class. For Sean Rayner and Declan Deere, there would be no change to the class result. 3rd in the class for the pair and happy with the finish of 7th place in the category. The tyres hold out for James Potter and Bob Duck to get them to the finish of the event with 6th place in the category and 4th in the class. The result gets them 2nd in the Halton Holmes Clubman's Challenge at this round too. But the win in that challenge this weekend would go to Ben Friend and Cliffy Simmons. A great result for the pair as they take the car to the finish of the event with 5th place overall and 2nd in the class as well. Despite the problems throughout the day, it would be 4th for Steve Bennett and Ian Tully. The pair had certainly had worse results this season, so they would be grateful of a good finish here and to get the car back to the workshop ready for the next round. No problems for Rudy Lancaster and George Gwynn, 2nd in the class this weekend and taking the final step on the podium. Things coming together well on this event and the car now a pleasure to drive on the stages. They take the Hard Charger Award for a result just 23 seconds from the leaders. For Nick Elliott and Dave Price, this weekend was about getting to the finish and trying to salvage something in the championship. 2nd place this weekend was certainly that. They pick up some good points, including the class win, but it could have been a different story, a puncture in the final stage, thankfully waiting until the finish line to start delaminating. Otherwise, there could have been a lot more damage done.
Finish 200 after. Well done, mate. Well done. Get it. Just about did it for us, I think.
But this weekend it would be a dream result for Paul Barrett and Di Roberts. They had their moments during the day and they didn't think it was going well, but they proved they had what it takes to put the Pinto-powered car at the top of the results and indeed on the top of the championship standings.
And 2 right plus hook again, 100 to 2 left plus long in over crest, don't cut, 2 left long in over the finish, in, go, okay. Good luck. Okay.
So before we chat to our winner, here's a reminder of the results in the RSR Historic Engineering Category 3.
So, Paul, first place. Congratulations. I don't know about you, but I'm quite surprised.
Well, I'm surprised too, but it was not for the one I trying, like, but just everything fell into place, and listen, that's racing, like, but over the moon just about the result that I got to see today. Some feeling.
You were quite optimistic this morning. Then I saw you again and you were feeling like things were going downhill a little bit. Last time I saw you, you were not in good spirits. What happened?
It was just really I just didn't drive, and Radner didn't drive that good, I thought, but I just, the last loop there, we just picked it up and just went as hard as I could go, and it paid in the long run, like, so I'll take it when I see it now. It's unbelievable, like, to try and to win it, like, I'm waiting a long time and trying hard, like, so it's enjoyable now.
Yeah. Do you think it helped that towards the end of the event you did the first stages again, so you were familiar with them?
I don't know about that. We lost, we'd no intercom, maybe I kept intermittent in each stage there in the last loop, so I just pushed and pushed and pushed, and I didn't even get times. I didn't know what I was doing or where we were, but just as hard as I could go, like, to be honest with you.
Well, whatever you did, it worked. Congratulations.
Well, thanks very much. Thank you.
So a rather surprising turn of events to end round 4 of the Mintex British Historic Rally Championship, and it's time for us to wave goodbye to the dust and say hello to the tarmac of the Harry Flatters stages for round 5. We'll see you there.
Coverage of the BHRC is brought to you by our TV partners.